Riders potentially carry themselves to a Game 1 to now a Game 2 victory.
Yeah, they need to keep up their winning. Look at that, those respect, man. They're just taking VOD away from CLZ. Such a good player. It's great to see as the competitive scene develops how the good players meld and build synergy with each other. Because Hoon was new, Medic is new, and CLG new, and those three new players are literally carrying the Dino Rider team right now. So I'm really excited to see which heroes are they gonna get and how they're gonna continue to play it. Because that's the key to Dino Riders. If those three do well, I can see them doing and taking off to get the 2-0 against One Trick.
The 2-0, I know Dino Riders will be happy, but you'll be happy as well, as you have the potential to get one more point to that illustrious 90% prediction rate that you have.
Liliana.
Superman, Violet, Max, Wonder Woman, Teamy, and Ryoma, which leaves open immediately the Liliana as a first pick.
Wow, look at that Malik and Zenio pick. That's such a strong duo. That's so scary to play against. They have massive AoE ultimate with Shock. They have a Malice AoE stun, and they have Angelic Splendor. It reduces damage by 40% on the target hero that is affecting. And Omen, such a good pick, and Lubu as well. Lubu can beat a Malik in side lane there, and Omen counters actually both of them in side lane. So One Trick's draft is looking really solid right now because they're good protection as well for Liliana. Liliana has so much poke, the highest range of any mage. And they're going to pick the Slims and Alice here. Wow, that is 4 CCs on the side of Dino Rider. They combo this Slims, it's going to be devastating against One Trick.
Dino Riders have done a phenomenal job at synchronizing their team fights up to almost perfection in multiple matches. There's a reason why they're standing as high as they are coming into week number 5. Remember, Dino Riders are the 3rd seed. We don't talk about them as much. It's the Allegiance and Immortals that individuals are used to hearing in North America, but you can't discount any other of the top 4. Dino Riders proving last game that they can hang with the top.
I really like Thane. Thane is so good into Alice. You know, Thane, his ultimate, right? Alice can't really block, and it does 15% of your missing health, and it's AoE. So if they're low and he ults, Thane can literally wipe an entire enemy team. And he's such a good frontline as well. He can charge in there and really tank for his team, along with Lubu following up with his red stallion and knocking up people in the air. So honestly, both drafts look really, really solid. I'm excited to see which team is going to come out on top.
Now, One Trick and Dino Riders have a lot on the line here, considering the fact that they are only 55 points apart. The Liliana being the first pick into the hands of One Trick. Do you feel that with this composition, this gives the the composition they have built around Liliana, does it enable her to potentially carry this game, or whose hands is it really in?
Yeah, they can fight around the bush and just poke. Lindis can poke with her passive tread softly. She launches 2 auto attacks right from outside bush with the speed buff. And they have Thane, who can peel really well. Lubu can peel for Liliana and Lindis. And also you have the Omen. The Omen can peel as well. He has that grab pull, that Death's Beacon. Basically, he can grab opponent's back and peel, and also he can activate Death's Embrace, which locks the enemy opponent into a circle for 5 seconds. So they have really, really good peel to protect Liliana and Lindis here.
All right, well, we want to make sure what you're thinking at any and all times. You've seen it all day. Do you enjoy the mustache? Do you like it? Should it stay? Should it go? Let us know. Hashtag Valor Series on Twitter. We want to know what you're thinking at home. That way we can pull it up on screen and roast Tweejay all the day long. But roasting is going to be saved for later as One Trick versus Dino Riders. Dino Riders is up 1-0 in our 3rd quarterfinal of the day.
Yeah, I'm loving Thane here. Thane is underrated, I feel. He can be such a monster in the right hands. And look at this aggressive rotation. Shojin now resetting the red buff, which is so smart. Vaer did not. So that means it's going to give Dino Riders a head start on their jungle rotation. They're going to have to stay in the jungle and trade this, because if they don't trade for red buff, it's going to be all wasted for naught.
So now you find a nice little invade there coming from the side of One Trick. We've seen One Trick again. One Trick is a team that we have seen pop off in every stage, early, middle, and late, but the difficulty that they have found is completing an entire game as a whole. They'll be strong in one section and weak in the other, but having some solid invades in the earlier stages of this game definitely has helped them thus far. Hoon is going to have to be forced to disengage Sage Golem being taken by CLZ as well, making sure that they don't get 3-buffed. One Trick, or sorry, rather, Dino Riders wants to make sure that they keep the buffs in their hand. Medic on that Alice again. We've seen the rise of Alice, and I love watching these support players over in North America perform as well as they have on her.
Yeah, and look at Yikes there, being able to grab that as Malik there. Very interesting because Lubu doesn't have punish. He has flicker instead of punish there. So that's an interesting talent choice by the side of Blue side, because normally you want to get punished in the side lane because that allows you to farm, feed, get the Seagull, get the opponent's jungle, steal it, and then just jump away with Red Stallion. So interesting that Lubu decided to get flicker and said maybe he wants to use that to get onto the back line of DINO Riders.
So now One Trick as well as DINO Riders find themselves near the bottom of the map. DINO Riders, in the meanwhile, sitting on the Abyssal Dragon, is already at about 50% HP. This could be an opportunity for One Trick to go in. They don't have any level 4s quite available on either side. Just as I say that, however, Yikes does have his ultimate. He decides to go in onto the backside.
Oh.
Flicker being done out to dodge that all from Dual Spouse. A great dodge, but unfortunately it was right into the enemy team as Hoon is able to pick themselves up. First Blood, Valor and Chosen are going to try to get themselves off to the backside. Zelf is going to do everything to kite. They do have the tower at their disposal. However, Hoon is able to pick himself up a double kill. Is it the passive going to be enough? Always green. It's going to be always gray as the gray screen has appeared for him. Triple kill for Hoon.
Man, Hoon and Medic are doing such a crazy job together. I'm telling you, Hoon, Medic, and COZ, they are in such great synergy together. Look at it. Now they're taking his bottom tower. But Medic, again, landed such clutch Sunshine stuns. That's an AoE stun that Medic just lobbed it over, but Hoon is just finishing off and securing these kills, getting the triple kill, and doing such a phenomenal job.
Not only that, but CLZ has been able to do a fantastic job at securing a lot of these spear throws, being able to help themselves with stun. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Dual Spiral is able to pick up that kill onto Hoon. So just as we were talking about him, he finds himself on the gray screen. Medic and Always Green are going to be tuffling on the river side of the map. Medic, fortunately, will be able to get himself out and away. And just like that, One Trick's able to strike themselves back and get on the board.
Yeah, they're doing such a good job. I mean, honestly, Hoon and Medic are just playing out of their minds right now. And it looks like the Sage Golem will be taken by Yikes there. And as a result, and look at that ultimate. Beautiful timing, beautiful positioning of that Chalk Army. And they're going to get the kill with Slims securing it.
Zelf is going to go down. Another kill going into the pocket of the DINO Riders. 3-1-1. Hoon is already sitting very heavy with gold, 2.1 thousand gold at just under the 4-minute mark. And now with 4 members towards the mid lane, Always Green is the only one left remaining. He's not going to be able to defend this turret the way that he wants to. It looks like Tier 1 is going to go already in the way of DINO Riders.
Yeah, look at this. Oh my god, this rotation is so on point. Again, Medic, Hoon, CLZ, and Yikes as well, but the core is Medic, Hoon, CLZ. They're rotating as a team. They're doing so much damage. And look at that beautiful Alice ultimate there. Zones them out, lands a Sunshine out, and then now they have to back up. It zones them out, and now they go chase Self, which is such a good placement there. Yikes goes in by himself. He's kind of caught out. Let's see what One Trick is going to do to respond.
Bruticus is going to end up going down. That's how they're going to respond. Unfortunately, Hoon picking himself up his 4th kill. Always Green is going to get stunned away, but Dual Spirals and Zelth are going to be with him, allowing just enough as a disengage. You find yourself a little bit of a split push on the side. Vera's going to try to get everything he can, but the Might Golem is going to get taken away by the DINO Riders. You're going to have a thought of a rotation. Yes, it is. Malik is going to go down. Yikes. We'll try to stop him in the way. You've got a little bit of a minions left. Dual Spiral's trying to do his best.
The Fox form was activated to dodge the Flying Spear from Slims. What a play by Dual Spiral. He's playing so well. However, that won't be enough to save their tower, it looks like. They're going to be able to focus it down, but One Trick needs to respond right now.
They're going to have to try to figure something out. Bruticus is going to use that ultimate to lock Hoon down. The ultimate is going to come out by Hoon. A great use of the ultimate, using the tower to help themselves out as well. And so Hoon will find himself in the gray screen. Now Hoon, despite the power that he has chosen, has now got himself caught out twice, 2 deaths.
Yeah, one thing I noticed is Always Green, the second time he missed the Thane Excalibur ultimate there. That is a huge win condition for Thane. You have to get close enough. You have to use Valiant Charge to get in there, and then you have to use Avalon's Fury to slow everyone, and then you use the ultimate. That is the Thane combo. It's 1, 2, and 3. He's actually using his ultimate too early. The enemy team is not close enough, and he's missing that ultimate, and that thing does so much damage. It has a 40-second cooldown too. A 40-second cooldown. It's a high cooldown, so you have to time it perfectly. It does 500 plus 141 true damage to enemies in the area, plus dealing 15% of your missing health. If Always Green can land this ultimate, it can literally change the team fight in their favor, so that's going to be something I'm looking for.
So not only that, but you've got items that are being completed on DINO Riders as well. You have Orb of the Magi that's completed onto Hoon, as well as the first damage item getting completed there onto Chosen. He's going to be able to get himself that Leviathan. Look
Wow,
at that.
look
Hoon.
at that.
Another kill. He gets him that onto Zelf this time. And just like that, you have members of One Trick that caught themselves out of position. Lots of high damage for the side of DINO Riders. So it looks like it's going to be a very early Dark Slayer. It's down to about, look at that, 25% HP. Vare wants to try to get Owen, but he has a flicker. He doesn't have any sort of punish available. Seals, he's able to get that out. Valor.
No.
Oh no, that's not where you want to be. Luckily, he gets himself a nice dodge over the wall, so he will come out alive. But that is going to be a pre-7-minute Dark Slayer in the hands of DINO Riders.
Yeah, I love what Medic did there. You notice when they killed Zelf, Medic immediately drops Hissy Fit, so Thane can't charge out. It's a 1-second silence, and he drops the Sunshine right in the predicted spot where he thinks that Thane is going to want to run away, and boom, Thane gets locked down and deleted. Honestly, this Alice is playing on point. 7 assists in the entire game, landing every single ability, every single skill shot. This is why Alice is such a high priority pick now. We can see her power in the hands of really good players that can land these mechanical skill shots, which makes her so dangerous.
Meanwhile, you've got Yikes and Chosen having a party in the bot lane. Bruticus is going to end up going down. He will not be the gladiator in the arena today, as he will find himself on the gray screen. That's going to be his second death of the day. You've got splits across the board for DINO Riders, pushing every single wave, and at just under 7 minutes and 45 seconds, they have found themselves in a 5,500 gold lead.
Yeah, that is massive, but this is their chance to turn around. It's a 4v2. They got to go in all the way and try to get these kills here. However, too late. Medic comes just in time, gets a heal, gets the ultimate down, and look at that. They have to back off, and they don't get any kills. That was their chance right there.
There's nothing that they can do when you have the power of the onslaught that the DINO Riders are bringing to the table. They're going to have a little bit of damage taken from that tower. Chosen, unfortunately, is going to go down. That's going to force a little bit of a retreat out of the DINO Riders. Yikes is going to get pulled in by Bruticus. Another tower shot is going to end up allowing Zelf to finally pick up that kill. So DINO Riders are going to have to be forced to disengage. However, One Trick still finds themselves in quite the disadvantage.
Medic living up to his name there. He rotated down and saved him just in time. Alice ultimate, the friendship, which is that circle you see, gives a speed buff, gives a shield, saved both of them, and then the plays by Bruticus. He got a beautiful Death's Beck in there, was able to pull back Malik, Yikes, and get the kill on there. So both these teams are playing so well, but right now DINO Riders is just 2 ahead. They're rotating together, but they're making some mistakes. They're kind of out of position, not moving together as a unit. So One Trick, they need to group up together and get a 5v3 and just win the fight right there to be able to get
Medic
back.
actually stole away the might buff in the bottom side. It was the last little ability to use it, and he's going to walk away safe. He had a little slow bonus as well as that burn damage that he's going to have at his disposal. Hey, just because he's the medic, just because he comes to the rescue, doesn't mean that his attacks don't hurt as well. Chosen, in the meanwhile, is going to solo him out. A Sentinel on the top side of the map, and now DINO Riders slowing their roll just a little bit, reallocating the resources and getting these side waves pushed up.
Yeah, look at the pressure they're putting. They got to split push this wave, though, because if they don't, with Liliana along with Lindis, they can clean this wave really, really quick. So they got to work on split pushing and trying to get this down immediately.
So now, just under 10 minutes of play, DINO Riders finds themselves at 6,000 gold lead, and look at the damage that they have at their disposal at this point in time.
Did you see that multiple person stun? He literally put his ult down and stunned 4 people. That was insane what Alice is doing in these fights.
And so now you're going to see a little bit of a dive. Hoon goes ultimate onto Bruticus. The high ground tower loses in the midway. You're not going to find yourself any sort of minion wave, so they're going to have to be careful. I don't think they want to dive too far deep into the fray. Meanwhile, though, just as I say that, the minions are going to arrive almost on cue. Dual spirals will go down. That's 2 members fallen. Minions in the mid lane. DINO Riders can look to end.
Yeah, they're going to look to end here. Look at Vera. He's a little stuck. Always going to get in there, and he's going to push back. Yikes. And Yikes out of position here. However, they're going to be able to do more damage and return the counter engage. Return that engage with a counter engage and win this game.
And just like that, it might have been back and forth in game number 1, but game number 2, DINO Riders take decisively. It was the 1-2 punch, DINO Riders securing themselves the Game 2